Welcome to Karate Kid Review and Response, brought to you by R.I.P. Productions. Once again, I'm your host, Lord Kayoss, and as stated in the opening credits, the Karate Kid for the old NES is considered by many to be one of the toughest, most challenging games of all time. Most of the people you'll find on the internet generally have nothing good to say about the game. Angry Video Game Nerd pretty much trashed it to hell in usual fashion. Farmhouse Media ran a spot on YouTube where they list, in their opinion, the top 10 hardest NES games of all time. Karate Kid coming in at number 6, and even using the Karate Kid box art as the thumbnail for said video. But fans of the movies and of the actual video game, never fear. We are here today to show you why we believe all this is a myth. Karate Kid is actually one of the easiest games I've ever played through. And without going too long on a boring opening monologue, let's get straight to the action and we'll show you why. And getting started here, the game opens up in the All Valley tournament, as in the climax of the first movie. The events of the game really centers around the Karate Kid Part 2 more so than anything. But in the All Valley here, I'm assuming these guys are supposed to be the Cobra Kai members that are antagonizing Daniel throughout the movie, even though none of them are wearing black. If you notice, you can easily beat them by just simply kicking the crap out of them. No need to use up any cranes. You'll definitely need those later in the game. And this last guy here is actually pretty interesting to me. I'm assuming he's supposed to be Johnny, but if you take a look at his design, he kind of resembles more Michael Myers than anything else, with his dark hair and his pale white face and what looks to be like dark blue coveralls versus a gi. But as with everyone else, you can easily beat him by kicking the crap out of him, and as I like to do, I like to stiff him with a nice crane to the face, like in the end of the movie. And stage 2 opens up in Okinawa like in the movie Part 2, and these guys that come after you here, just kick them in the face. You can punch them if you'd like, but it's easier just to kick them because you can keep them at a distance. And doing the regular kicks earns you more cranes, which you'll definitely need the last level of the game. We'll get to that in just a minute. But nothing really hard in this level here. Basically, you're just walking through, avoid the water, don't fall down in there and die, waste any lives. Doing a couple of the mini games in between here and there earns you a couple bonus points, earns you some crane kicks and drum punches, which make traveling a little bit easier. But nothing too difficult here. Just blast through this level, get to the end. Chosen awaits, and after you kick the crap out of them, level 3, which is the Typhoon, is next. And if I absolutely had to pick a level in the game that was quote-unquote hard, I guess I'd have to go with the Typhoon stage here. You've got wind resistance and foreign objects like birds and sticks flying into you that are knocking you around and stuff like that. But just keep doing your thing, keep doing the bonus levels, keep knocking the enemies out of your way, keep earning power-ups, keep building up your crane kicks and your drum punches. Don't forget to collect the other power-ups that pop up, like Sato there hanging over the broken house. Watch the wind, watch the objects that bump into you, try to avoid the water pits, and you should be okay for the most part. On the contrary to something I think the AVG nerd said in his review, the sticks and the birds that fly into you, they actually don't deplete your life meter. They do knock you around and leave you vulnerable to falling in the water pits and stuff like that, but if you time things right, you can easily get through this part. Even if you die once or twice, I mean, don't sweat it. Just make sure you get through the hairy part in the middle there where you've got pits everywhere. Once you get through that piece and get to the end of the level, it's pretty easy at that point. You just have to save the chick on the bell tower and kick the crap out of Chosen again. And we'll freeze frame here on the last level. Take a look at the Spearman here. This guy has probably caused more headaches in this game than anybody you could possibly imagine. If you get hit by the spear, it will take a lot of damage from you and drive you back. But rather than waste a crane or a drum punch, all you really have to do is just jump into the guy's head and the spear will disappear, and at that point he becomes a regular enemy like everybody else. So give it a shot. And on the last level here, aside from the spearmen, another thing to point out is that the enemies now take 2 direct shots to take down instead of 1. If you've played smart and saved your cranes and drums, you can use them here to bail you out of a lot of situations if they surround you, or if they're knocking you around in a hairy spot and you can't get out. I still recommend using the regular kick as much as possible. Don't totally clean out your cranes and drums, because you will need them when you fight Chosen the last time. But if you need to burn a few here and there, go right ahead and just basically keep moving forward. And coming up on this last fight with Chosen here, I'm actually going to show you first what not to do. And this is actually a reason why a lot of people probably never finish this game. You're so used to coming forward. You come forward on Chosen a little too much, and believe me, it doesn't take a lot. You'll begin to slide Kamiko back on the ledge and eventually knock her in the water. And there she goes, and oh shit, guess what? You're dead. Not the way to do it here. What you want to do in this situation is basically stand on the far left side of the ledge, wait for Chosen to come to you. Thankfully in the game, Chosen doesn't know how to counter the crane kick like he does in the movie. So stand your ground, hit him with a few crane kicks, boom, he's out of there, and you're done. Hope you guys enjoyed the review and find it useful. Be sure to be on the lookout for a Nightmare on Elm Street review and response coming soon. Good luck, and until next time, have fun and happy gaming. Welcome to